forecast for the week of August 27th, 2023. If you're watching this before 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Saturday the 26th, tune in right here on this channel for the live September forecast. It's going to be from 11:30 on. I'll probably give about 15 minutes of a forecast for September, and then you can ask questions. It'll be fun. It'll be great. You should do it. And if you're watching this after 11:30 on Saturday the 26th, you didn't miss anything. It's no big deal. Okay, so let's think about where we are now. The sun has gone into Virgo, left his home sign of Leo for Virgo, and is opposing Saturn this weekend, the weekend of the 26th, 27th. Mercury is retrograde. I don't know how I get out of bed. And Venus is retrograde, so I don't know how anybody else does either. So what we're coming up to, though, is turnaround time. In the next few weeks, well, the next few days, really, in the next 10 days, we're going to see Uranus change direction and Venus change direction and Jupiter change direction. Reversal of fortunes, situations that may have seemed a little stuck for the summertime. Get a little bit more movement on them. This week, we're going to be talking about Uranus's station, but we're coming up to the Jupiter and the Venus stations early next week. So we're really looking at this kind of reversal of situations, especially Uranus reversing, changing, revolutions. So we've got these big changes coming up. Summer may have felt a little bit, Venus retrograde. We'll see how we move out of that situation. But indeed, a lot of things are going to be making rapid changes. Now, as we begin this weekend, we do have this sun in Virgo opposing Saturn. That is exact on Sunday, and if you're watching earlier, Saturday the 26th, well, you should have gone out Friday night, the 25th. That would have been the better night to go out. Saturday night, the 26th, and into Sunday, we have this Sun-Saturn opposition. That is no kind of an ego builder kind of thing, with Venus retrograde and the moon in work-oriented Capricorn. This would probably be a good weekend to clean out the garage or do something along those lines. I mean, I'm not going to do that, but it would probably be a good weekend for that type of thing. There could be some heavy energy about. It could feel that there's work and responsibilities are weighing on you, even if you're not at work. It definitely could be a little bit of feeling hemmed in and restricted. And then on Monday, what happens? Uranus stations to go retrograde. Now you're thinking about, well, but it's retrograde, it's backing up. Well, Uranus is one of those planets that's retrograde an awful lot. It's throw a dart at the calendar, you got about a 45% chance of hitting Uranus on a retrograde day, just randomly tossing it in there. So Uranus being retrograde isn't all that significant, but Uranus stationing retrograde is a big deal. This is a big deal Sunday, Monday, and going into Tuesday. What does a Uranus station do to us all? It gives us all that influx of Uranian energy. What does that mean? We want to be independent. We want to do our own thing. We want our own way. We don't want any constraints upon us. We want freedom. We want opportunity. It's almost the exact opposite of that Sun-Saturn opposition. So what we're likely to be feeling is pressure Saturday, Sunday that releases Sunday, Monday. Not bad. Not bad. And that energy of release and freedom will be carried on with the Aquarius moon through the early part of the week. So we're very likely to be getting this kind of tension and release going on from the weekend into Monday. I'm sorry that the release happens on Monday. Now, some folks, not you, but some folks might feel a little cranky with this energy. Two flavors of crankiness. There's the constrained by Saturn feeling, and that could come across as being something like, You want to do something, but maybe your significant other has other plans, or you're looking forward to just doing your own thing, and your work responsibilities are weighing on your mind. Or perhaps you're actually at work. It's an opposition, so it may play out with other people, and that can make some people a little bit cranky. And then the Uranus station, which is going to be really felt later on Sunday through Monday into Tuesday. If you have any constraints upon you, and constraints happen, they're likely to be quite irksome for some people. So give others their space. Sunday, Monday into Tuesday. Give them their space. Take what you need for yourself. You can get others to cooperate and play along with you. That's wonderful. If not, just do your own thing. Just do your own thing. You're feeling like this is what you want to do it. But don't expect everybody else to come along with you. Now, I'm not saying that most people are going to feel cranky. I really honestly mean that. Where most of us are just going to feel like we've got our sense of freedom back, especially on Monday. This is a pretty good day. We got our sense of freedom back. We want to do what we want to do. People are going to be driving like maniacs, though. You're in a station. People drive like maniacs. Be really careful about that. Always be really careful about driving, because people drive like maniacs anyway. And Mercury's retrograde, and that's a bit of an issue. So we start with this constraints on Sunday. Do the best you can. Monday, we're looking at freedom. That continues on through Tuesday. Interesting thing, Uranus is trying to palace a theme at this station. And so we'll probably be seeing folks doing a good job of speaking their mind quite vocally. So we'll get this, especially in the collective, we'll get this kind of folks giving you the story as they see it. Should be quite dynamic. And if you have a message to deliver to someone or someone's, Monday, Tuesday is probably a pretty good time. If you can get them to listen, that's the only caveat. The other big event that happens this week is on Wednesday, the 30th, and that is the full moon in the sign of Pisces. Now, coming off of that potentially fun Uranus station, and I know it's midweek, I know it's Wednesday, but a full moon in Pisces is pretty good. The Virgo sun may be holding back a little bit, and Venus is retrograde and Mercury's retrograde and all that, but the full moon in Pisces, it should be kind of fun. Really good for things like meditation and anything along those kinds of lines, but also it's just fun. I mean, it's full moon in Pisces. I'm not saying anything, but some folks will be looking for opportunities for that midweek happy hour, and there's nothing wrong with taking advantage of that. The full moon is going to really color Wednesday and Thursday. We should probably grab a little bit of that on Friday. As we get towards the weekend, the moon is moving into Aries, and it's waning, but it's still so close to being full. There's still a lot of lunar energy, and it's in Aries. Next month's full moon is going to be in Aries, so this is getting close. This is a run up to that. So when we look at Friday and Saturday coming into the Labor Day weekend in the United States, we'll be probably having some pretty upbeat, fun energy throughout that time. And whenever the moon leaves Aries, it goes into Taurus. It's pretty good. We are, however, very, very close to the Venus station to go direct, which happens on Sunday, the 3rd. Technically speaking, that's for next week's forecast, or for the for the September forecast. September. I'm still afraid they're going to send me to 3rd grade. Every time Labor Day comes up, I'm still afraid I have to go to 3rd grade. Anyways, it should be a pretty good weekend. That Venus station does not mean that the Venus retrograde issues are going to go away. it means they're going to intensify, let's say, Saturday, the 2nd, Sunday, and Monday. Well, but then Monday, Jupiter stations to go retrograde. And that's a whole other kettle of fish. Well, no, it's a whole other thing. And we'll talk about that next week.